right, thank you all for joining us. We have here the Tennessee Lady Volunteers after a 17-0 victory in the first game of the Knoxville Regional, joined by head coach Karen Weekly, senior infielder Laura Mealer, and senior catcher Sophia Nugent. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll go into questions. Coach?
Great way to start, for sure. And I'm just really happy for these guys and proud of them because they work really, really hard offensively. And, you know, everybody in our dugout, in our clubhouse, we know we have a good offense. And, you know, we haven't shown some things lately, and then everybody starts asking questions, what's wrong? And I think these guys probably just got sick of hearing that. And didn't let that get to them. And that's what I'm so proud of. They turned a page from last weekend and definitely came out like this is a new season. And everybody's 0-0, and just couldn't be more pleased with how we showed up today.
Okay, we'll go into questions. If you have one, please raise your hand and wait for a microphone. Start with Cora here in the front.
Laura and Sophia, could you both kind of speak to that offensive revival today and just how you guys kind of took it upon yourselves as seniors to really spark this team today?
I think we really just came together focusing on what pitches that we needed to hit, and it just came together as a collective unit.
Yeah, I think we just wanted to attack the ball early on in the count and swing with some conviction behind it.
For both Laura and Sophia, you've been a part of many of these tournaments. How important is it to get that momentum going from the first game like you did today?
It's really important just bringing in a win to tomorrow. If you're on top, it's a lot easier of a road, and it definitely fuels the next game, whoever we play.
Yeah.
In the corner in the back.
For Coach, and then I have a follow-up. ESPN has obviously, over the last few years in particular, promoted or dedicated resources to the promotion of women's sports, obviously the televising of women's sports. At the same time, this championship, like a lot of others, ESPN2, ESPNU, ESPN, so they can run, you know, their talk shows during the day. A lot of those talk shows exist primarily to drive traffic to what they're televising. And yet women's sports, with the exception of basketball, are not generally mentioned on those shows. Again, I have a follow-up after this, but to start with, do you feel like ESPN and just the partners televising this sport are doing enough for the sport itself?
Well, I'm working during the day, so whatever shows you're talking about, I don't listen to, can't listen to. You know, we wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for the commitment that ESPN made several years ago to women's sports. Do we need to continue to drive women's sports? Absolutely, because I think the viewers want it. But I'm never going to sit here and discredit ESPN because, again, Meg Aronowitz really pushed for women's softball several years ago. And with so many games on TV now, it's absolutely amazing.
And then following up on that, during the NCAA women's tournament, softball is one of 88 championships that ESPN gets for roughly $1 million as part of their current deal. Dawn and a couple of other basketball coaches floated the idea during the tournament that the more popular sports, softball, volleyball, gymnastics, women's basketball, should be able to go out and find out what they would be worth on the open market instead of being, you know, bundled together with track and field. Is that something you would be in favor of?
I've been asking that question for 10 years. Why don't we get to go out and negotiate our own contract if we're so darn popular? But I don't think that's an ESPN issue. I think that's an NCAA issue.
Go to Casey.
Coach, we got to see the bottom of the order shine 6, 7, 8, bringing in over half of those runs. When you have such a dominant bottom of the order, why does it make the offense so lethal?
You know, we've known that, again, in our dugout all season, that we can score in multiple ways, top to bottom. But today, that was the cool thing, was we got a big spark out of Laura, Emma right behind her, just having really good at-bats. And I think, you know, hitting's contagious. Playing off, you know, an offensive onslaught, it's contagious. And when you see a teammate do something really cool, then you want to get up and do something really cool. And it's competitive, but it's more just pass the bat. Just pass the bat. I want to help my team here. And I think that's what you saw today.
Go in the back, Reese, and then Paige.
Karen, obviously you pulled Carlin after you got the big lead. What were the thoughts behind that, and what's the pitching plan tomorrow? I have to ask it. I'm sorry.
You know, I've been doing this long enough to, be on the right side of the game today and be on the wrong side of the game today, and just learn that you've got to put your best foot forward out the gate. These guys did their job in giving us the runs that allowed us to take innings off her, and also big for Sage to get experience because this is a different stage. So that was the reasoning behind today. You got to go out and put your best foot forward, and we'll watch this game. And we've watched a lot of film already. We kind of know who we think's going to match up well with who. So we'll make that decision tomorrow morning.
Karen Mitch is doing something cool on offense for both of you, hitting home runs. Mealer, grand slam. Just kind of describe what that was like, being able to connect on a pitch like that.
Of course, it was exciting for myself, but my favorite part about it was just the celebration that came from the dugout and from my teammates as well.
Go to Rhiannon, and then in front.
Yes, for the players, just in terms of making sure that this offense, like you got the confidence today, how does it carry over into tomorrow? What do you guys do? Is there anything special that you do, or is it just same stuff, but to make sure it's not just a one-shot deal on this regional?
I think we just have to bring the same energy every day. Energy is, you have to earn it, so today doesn't carry into tomorrow unless we bring it.
Two more questions right here, and then Cora. You're good? Okay, Cora and then Reese instead.
Karen, I thought Emma Clark was just really great today early in the game, especially when, it was still a lower scoring game in the early innings. To have the 2 RBI doubles, her first 2 at-bats of her first postseason, just what have you seen from her that made you think she was ready for a moment like that, and just your thoughts on her performance today?
Emma's going to be a star. Emma has everything. Emma has the talent. She has the competitiveness. I'll tell you, yesterday we're taking BP and we're shagging, if you will, and Emma's out trying to rob home runs off the fence, just competing all the time. And it inspires other people to compete. She doesn't dwell on her mistakes. She just stays in go mode, moving forward. So you take the combination of her abilities, her natural abilities, and her mental game, and Emma's got a very bright future.
Last question in the back from Reese.
Coach, how important was that second inning where Carlin got in the jam with the bases loaded, got out of it, and then McKenna led off the bottom of the inning with a home run?
Well, I learned my lesson back at UCLA, okay? You don't take Carlin Pickens out of a jam. Carlin believes if I got us in this jam, I'm getting us out of this jam. And 99,999 times out of whatever that number is, she's going to do it. So I think our whole team has complete faith right there that we're going to find a way to get out of this. And she did it, and that was a great defensive play by her and Soph.
Thank you all very much for your time. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll have Miami of Ohio in shortly.